Everyone talks about base miles and the necessity of them in your training program, but these aren't just for the pros. Whether you're a weekend warrior or an ambitious racer wanting to move up the ranks, they can help you.
Base miles are seen as the building block and foundation of your training, and they're essential for building a big engine that's really going to help out with those super hard efforts as well.
A common mistake is to think these are for only the endurance side of cycling, but if you're racing or riding downhill, bear in mind the fitter you are, the easier your weekend will become, and you'll have increased concentration with the ability to push that bit harder on race day.
When you ride for 2 or more hours at a steady pace, your body responds with changes that will allow you to use more oxygen and burn fat as a fuel. By adding these rides to your program, you will build capillaries, which are tiny blood vessels that deliver oxygen-rich blood to your muscles. You will produce more mitochondria that help turn stored fuel into energy, and with time, you'll be able to ride faster and longer.
So how are you going to measure these efforts? Well, if you're lucky enough to have a power meter, or if you do have a heart rate monitor, then these are the best ways to do so. You want to stick between 65 and 75% of your maximum heart rate, or your FTP, functional threshold power. However, if you don't have either of these, you can use the RPE scale, which is the rate of perceived effort. If your maximum value is say 10 when you're doing a really intense effort, for these you want to stick between 6 and 7. So you want to be able to hold a conversation if you're out riding with a friend and not be wheezing or gassing out of the back.
These are really low intensity rides, so you've got to spend quite a bit of time doing them. I recommend starting off at about 2 hours. When I used to race enduro, I'd try and do 3 rides like this a week, aiming for about 2 to 4 hours each time. And it does take a bit of effort. 6-10 weeks later, you'll really notice a difference. These training rides are best done in the off season, so you've got a great base for the rest of your training. Obviously, the weather isn't always the best in the off season, so why not do it on the turbo trainer, sit there for 2 hours and watch your favourite mountain bike YouTube channel.
So with these rides, you can actually add in some sneaky intervals just to mix things up. I personally add in 2 to 3 sets of 10 reps at 10 seconds on with 50 seconds off. You're not looking to give your max effort and be gassed. These are meant to be efforts with oxygen, and each interval should be consistent level of effort. Now these rides aren't the most exciting, but you can make them more interesting by heading out somewhere peaceful into the wilderness and enjoying nature. It can be a great time to reflect on a busy week or plan the week ahead.
If you have got a road bike or a cross-country bike, they can be really good. They'll help you keep that intensity nice and low. Also, take some buddies along. You're supposed to be able to breathe easily and chat at the same time, so why not gossip as you're riding? Don't forget the importance of recovery and food intake. Upon finishing, have a high protein meal or shake within 20 minutes and look to eat a balanced meal with complex carbohydrates, good fats and a protein source.
On these rides, it's important to look after what you're eating and maximise your recovery. So with that in mind, you want to eat at least 60 to 80 grams of carbohydrate after the first hour. And you want to continue doing this until the end of the ride. I'd also recommend at the end of the ride and in the last 15 minutes, snacking on a high protein snack. It gets the recovery going that little bit earlier. So there you have it, how to do base miles and make them more enjoyable.
Yeah, don't forget to do them, they are really important and make you faster all round. Whilst here, why not check out some more videos? So click up there for GMBN in the kitchen and you learn how to make a granola bar with cranberry.
Sounds good. And if you click down there, that'll take you to a skills playlist.
Click in the middle to subscribe if you haven't done already. It's well worth it, it's free and we make cool videos every day of the week.
And if you enjoyed this video, give us a thumb up like.